Same yard, same property lines, but one version feels boxed in and fragmented, while the other appears deeper, more open, and far more spacious. The boundaries never moved. What changed is how quickly your eye finds them. These 10 landscaping tricks control what the eye sees first, what it notices later, and what it's allowed to imagine beyond the fence. The longest view in your yard may not be straight ahead. Number 1 on our list is designing along the longest diagonal. When we look straight across a typical rectangular yard, the short distance can make the space feel compressed, especially if a hedge or garden bed blocks the far corner. But if we measure from corner to corner, we find a much longer, unobstructed visual path. To capture this, we don't need to angle every single feature. Instead, we orient just one key element, like a planting line, a patio seating angle, or an open stretch of lawn directly toward that far corner. This simple diagonal lead-in cue guides the eye along the longest possible route within the same fixed boundaries. Suddenly, attention travels all the way to the furthest point instead of stopping at a nearby fence. Now, check if any stray plants block this new path. In second place, keeping the middle of your yard visually quieter prevents the space from feeling cluttered. Often, we scatter flower beds, bird baths, and potted plants right in the center of the lawn, which breaks a compact yard into tiny competing compartments. By consolidating these features along the edges and leaving a clean, open lawn, we create deliberate negative space. When the center is clear, the eye travels completely unobstructed from the patio to the back boundary, making the distance feel much longer because there are no visual hurdles in the way. The yard instantly feels like one continuous, expansive room rather than a series of cramped segments. Once that central pathway is clear, we can focus on softening the far edges to make the actual boundaries fade away. Third on our list is letting a path or landscape line disappear. If you can see exactly where a walkway ends, your brain instantly calculates the yard's limits. A straight path with its entire length and endpoint visible makes the rear boundary feel abrupt and final. By curving the path slightly and letting it slip behind a low mound of planting, you create visual uncertainty. This simple trick of hiding the final destination triggers curiosity, making the eye imagine a continuation beyond the visible stretch. Keep the curve gentle and easy to navigate so it remains functional, not confusing. The finished look suggests there is still more to discover without physically adding an inch of space. To reinforce this depth, we can play with how plant leaves change from the front to the back of the garden. The fourth trick on our list is using a visual gradient of plant textures, moving from bold and chunky near your patio to delicate and fine at the rear. When we use the same leaf size everywhere, near and far, plants look equally close, flattening the depth of the garden. To change this, try placing large leaf hostas right by your seating area and graduate to airy ornamental grasses or fine sedums at the far fence. This forced perspective mirrors how real-world distance naturally softens detail, tricking your brain into seeing more depth. Keep in mind, winter leaf loss or harsh midday sun can temporarily weaken this effect. But during the growing season, this simple shift in leaf scale creates a gradual visual progression that pushes your property boundaries outward, setting up the perfect backdrop for playing with color. Fifth on our list, color temperature shifts how close or far away a garden border feels. If you plant bold, fiery marigolds or bright yellow coreopsis right against the back fence, that assertive color pulls the boundary forward, making your small yard feel cramped. Instead, place those warm, high-energy accents near your patio and transition to soft blues, lavenders, and cool fescues at the very rear. Because warm hues naturally advance while cool tones recede, this color gradient tricks the eye into perceiving extra distance. The finished look makes the back edge feel quiet and expansive, fading away naturally without looking washed out. Once your color palette is set, check if there is an attractive view already sitting just beyond your property line. Sixth on our list, you can visually borrow scenic elements that you do not actually own. Too often, we put up solid 6-foot privacy fences or dense evergreen walls that completely block out a gorgeous neighboring oak canopy, a distant hillside, or a nearby park. By replacing that heavy barrier with a lower, semi-permeable boundary or strategically placing a deciduous screen, such as a compact lilac, you create a natural frame around that external asset. This classic design method, known as borrowed scenery, coaxes the brain into connecting your immediate lawn with the distant view, making the entire garden feel like one massive, continuous space. This framing lets the eye travel far outward, expanding the perceived boundaries while keeping your actual seating nooks completely hidden. Just make sure to verify local setback rules, easements, and winter leaf-off exposure before altering any boundary structures. The seventh trick on our list is keeping taller visual mass toward the outer edges. Placing a massive tall plant right in the middle of a small lawn makes the entire property feel incredibly cramped. When a heavy shrub or a dense evergreen sits right in the center of your view, it splits your yard into two tiny separate visual compartments, cutting your sightline short. By moving those tall, dominant structures outward to the perimeter, you keep your central field open and clear. This open center allows your eye to sweep across the entire width of the property without hitting a sudden visual barrier. Of course, you must account for privacy shade and mature widths before planting, but the result is a yard that retains beautiful structure and height without blocking your main view. To make this work, arrange your remaining plants in stepped, offset clusters rather than one flat, rigid line. Eighth on our list is staggering your plants instead of building a flat wall. A perfectly straight row of shrubs can accidentally tell your eye exactly where your yard ends. When we line up evergreens in a rigid single file across a rear boundary, we create one flat visual wall that abruptly stops the viewer's gaze. Try offsetting your plants into subtle foreground and background positions instead of keeping every specimen on the exact same line. These overlapping forms signal to your brain that some objects are nearer while others are farther away, transforming a hard, flat barrier into a deep, layered sequence. Just remember to respect their mature spacing guidelines so you don't accidentally overcrowd the garden bed. The finished result gives you the exact same screening and privacy, but with a softer, receding edge that lets your property boundaries breathe. Now, check if your fences or hard boundaries are standing out too aggressively. Ninth on our list is selectively softening your property edges. Sometimes, the very thing making a small yard feel cramped is that you've drawn a perfect, heavy box around it. When we outline every single boundary with continuous fences, rigid brick borders, or solid hedges, we give the entire perimeter equal aggressive visual strength. Instead of reinforcing all four sides, selectively reduce their dominance. Let certain sections of your fence blend into the background, disappear behind soft, loose plantings, or transition to a less dominant surface. While you must keep your necessary barriers for security, drainage, and HOA rules, softening these boundaries makes the visual enclosure feel less immediate. The finished result is a yard that remains fully secure and usable, but the edges no longer compete with the interior view. Now, let's look at how we organize these plants into distinct visual planes. And finally, the 10th trick is establishing a clear foreground, middle ground, and background. This is the simplest way to understand why some small yards feel incredibly vast, while others feel flat. A visually flat yard places nearly every plant and structure on a single plane, so your eye reaches the back fence immediately. To change this, set up 3 distinct visual planes: a low near element, an open middle ground, and a taller, stronger distant planting layer. Having these defined layers gives your sightline readable stepping stones to travel through, creating a sequence of distance that delays the moment your eye recognizes the property limits. The finished composition feels calm, structured, and much larger, even though your physical boundaries stay exactly the same. Ultimately, building a sense of space is not about adding more features. It comes from controlling what your eye sees first, what recedes, and what remains partly hidden by managing sightlines, distance, boundaries, and layers. Subscribe for more yard glow-ups. Across these 10 ideas, we see that a spacious yard isn't about actual square footage, but visual freedom. When we soften boundaries and layer depth, we invite the eye to wander instead of trapping it. True depth is about what you allow the mind to imagine. Subscribe for more yard glow-ups.